Tensions between the central government and the central bank, which have been brewing for months now, have reached fever pitch. It's been a day of hectic developments, or a few days of hectic developments to be precise. It all started out on Friday when RBI Deputy Governor Viral Acharya gave a very strong speech speaking about the importance of independence of a central bank and the consequences of a government impinging on that independence. That is where things actually came out into the open. Since then, there has been a lot of back and forth. It was reported this morning, including by BloombergQuint, that the government about a month ago had sought to consult with the Reserve Bank of India under a rare provision of the RBI Act, which is Section 7, which can be used by a central government to direct the central bank. They have not invoked that yet, but it does look like they have sought consultations under that provision. Soon after that news came out, the Finance Ministry has put out a statement giving their viewpoint. It's not a hugely comforting statement, but it is telling you that the government says it respects the autonomy of the central bank, but within the framework of the RBI Act. A crucial part of this statement also that I would like to highlight is the government saying that both the government and the central bank in their functioning have to be guided by public interest and the requirements of the Indian economy. The reason we bring that up is because Section 7 of the RBI Act is also about directions that can be given to the RBI in quote-unquote public interest. So while the government has put out this statement, perhaps saying that it is aware of all the chatter around the differences between the RBI and the government, they have not done anything to actually address the substantive issues that have cropped up between the RBI and the government. So a quick primer on what are the issues that have actually cropped up between the RBI and the government. These are some of them. One of them, and perhaps the most serious of these, is the demand for a higher dividend from the RBI. Remember, this has been going on since the time of demonetization, when it was expected that perhaps if all the money doesn't come back into the system, the RBI would be able to transfer some sort of a special dividend to the government. That didn't happen. Earlier this year, for the first time, the RBI was asked to transfer an interim dividend of 10,000 crore, but that was then subtracted from the final dividend of the year, so it didn't make any net difference to the government's fiscal position. The other, and these are two separate issues, there has also been a demand or a conversation that the RBI is sitting on too much capital. There has been talk about reducing some of that capital on the RBI's balance sheet. Both of these are serious issues and have been a point of contention between the RBI and the government. There have been also issues that have come up on the banking front. The prompt corrective action framework has seen 11 banks face restrictions from the Reserve Bank of India. The government is not happy about that and has been asking for a relaxation in the prompt corrective action framework. There was a new stressed asset framework which had been put in place in February this year. The government had taken umbrage to that and asked the RBI to ease up on that. That issue went to court, but eventually the government backed off when the court suggested that they can direct the RBI to change those norms under Section 7. The most recent of issues has been the creation of a payment regulator outside the RBI's ambit. Again, the RBI has made a dissent note on that matter public. There is also the current concern in the environment around NBFCs, which seems to have become a flashpoint. At the FSDC meeting, it was reported that the government wanted the RBI to do more on the liquidity front to ease the strains for NBFCs, but the RBI's view has been that system liquidity is comfortable and that the flow of NBFCs would restart once the trust in the system comes back. Those are the contentious issues. We don't know how this is going to play out, but stay tuned to BloombergQuint and keep going on to BloombergQuint.com. We've got a lot of views on this matter, and we will keep you abreast of the latest developments as well.